Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to insert a chart so we can visually represent the data in this Google Sheet. So it says that we need to highlight cells A2 to C8. And what that does is it's going to allow the chart just to pull the information from this part of the Google Sheet. We don't want to worry about this cell or the totals. That's going to throw things off. We just simply want to make sure that we highlight cell A2, which is name, all the way down to C8, which is going to be the number of attending of the ping pong team. Then what we're going to do is we're going to select the Chart button on the toolbar, or we could also go to Insert and then Chart on the menu bar. So we have Insert Chart here, or we have Insert and Chart here. Both of them will pull up the same thing. And we want to make sure that we use row 2 as headers. What that's going to do is it's going to use this row right here of name, number of invited, number attending as our headers. And we can see what that does is it's smart enough to know that the information in column A are going to be the names, and then the numbers in column B and C are going to be the number of invited and number attending. So it's going to pull that information because we have that box selected. So you see that changed. We want to make sure that that use row 2 as headers is checked. Then what we want to do is we're going to want to come over here to this. This is probably the best chart. It says that we want to insert a chart that best represents the data. This one's probably the best. You could also go around and take a look at any of these other charts that might be available, but I would suggest coming back to this first bar chart. That way we compare and contrast the data side by side. Then we're going to come over to this Customize tab. And what we want to do is we want to give this chart a title. We don't want to be called Chart Title. And this is going to be the same thing that was on my sheet. So it's going to be called Santa Claus Holiday Party. Then we also want to label the horizontal and vertical axis. And we can do that by scrolling down. So here's my horizontal axis. In this case, this is my horizontal axis. So this is going to be the number of people. And then we also want to change the vertical axis, and we can do that by choosing left vertical. And we want to describe this data. This is going to be the name of people. So these are going to be the names, and these are going to be the number. Then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and say Insert. We can take this and we can drag this off to the side, or we can drag it down below. But what we want to do is we don't want this sitting off to the side. We actually want this one to become its own sheet. And we do that by coming over here and clicking on this arrow in the upper right hand corner, and we want to say Move to Own Sheet. And what that does is it puts the chart on its own page, and then it puts the data on its own page.